In my last video, I talked about how no saint can ever fix Nigeria. This is not coming out of a vacuum. It's because of my experiences, the regret that I've had with the choices I made of the president. Because of those experiences, I've come to conclude that no saint can ever fix Nigeria. And I will never look for a saint character for a president. I think this is historical and psychological because the reason why I think we look for saints or savior, somebody that is incorruptible, is we've been suppressed for a long time with our experiences with the military dictatorship. So much so that we're always yearning for somebody to come and rescue us from our misery. I think that bettered the psychological or trauma that we anticipate the arrival of a knight in a shiny armor to come and take us from our misery. And that will never work. The singular reason is because presidency or leadership is not a one-man show. It takes a team to fix the Nigerian problem. Come to think about it, the Nigerian government is arranged into different hierarchy. You have the federal, you have the state, and you have the local government. So think that you just are curious or interested in voting for a certain president and that will fix all our problems. I think that is delusional, to say the least. Even in each of the tier of government, the federal government, the state government, for example, you have three different independent branches of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. And these independent bodies function together as one to fix a country. But to now be only interested in presidency is the thing that shocks me. I bet you election is coming just next year. And what you hear people talking about is Obikonso, Tinubu, Shetima, Rotimi Amici. That's all you hear. There's going to be governorship election. There's going to be local government election. You're going to have senates, House of Reps, councillors, different offices of responsibility that people need to be held accountable for are going to take place. But we only talk about president as if one man sitting in Abuja is going to just wheel the wand and the problem of Nigeria is going to be solved. I think this is an illusion we need to wake up from. That is one. Two is, if we're going to examine or interrogate any potential leader, what has happened to us is we always look for somebody that is not corrupt. Yes, we know corruption is a bane of Nigeria. We have a corruption problem. But corruption is not just limited to the people in government. Literally everybody in Nigeria is corrupt one way or the other. And our leaders are chosen from among us. How do we expect different? So much that we now think corruption is our only problem. Once we solve corruption, we're going to solve the whole problem. And therefore, we look for somebody that seems to have a clean slate, somebody that seems to be less corrupt than the others. But this is why these leaders, they've schemed us, actually. They know this problem. They know we're weak in this regard. So what they do, they package themselves in giving you stories. They tell us what we want to hear. And then, okay, we say that he is the least corrupt, so he should be the one there. Forgetting that they use this to hide their incapabilities. For me, from the experience I've told myself, least corrupt is not going to be a criteria for me. What I'm going to be focusing on is capacity. We have to interrogate candidates' capacity based on what they've done before, be it in their private life or in public sector. What have you done before? What did you do? How did you lead the little responsibility that you've been given? That is a question I think we should be asking. Secondly, how much of a team player is this candidate? Mind you, it's not going to be one-man show. In Yoruba, we used to say Igi, which is loosely translates to one tree cannot make a forest. You have to study how does this individual play with a team. Does he know how to coordinate team? Does he know how to delegate responsibilities? These are the things we need to look at. And we shouldn't focus only on presidency. We have governors, for God's sake. We've got local government chairmen. We're not talking about this. Now, I heard Tinubu is giving a lot more money to the state and the local government. We're not interrogating that. We're not interested in that. This is a scheme by the lower levels of government, the governors and the local government chairmen alike. They know you're blinded to their responsibility. They know you're going to talk about Abuja alone. That's why they siphon your money. They don't do anything. They want you to look at Abuja, why they do what they got to do. This is a problem. We need to start interrogating people in power from the federal to the local government level. I think for me, capacity is my watchword. What have you done in your past experiences as a leader? We need to interrogate that. I think when we start doing that, we need to decentralize our focus on Abuja. We need to start looking at the state, look at the local government, look at the council, look at everybody. For God's sake, the local government chairman and the councillors they are closer to you than Abuja. Why do we always keep making that mistake? I think moving forward, I recommend that we decentralize our focus. Look at Abuja, but not only Abuja. Look at every person in charge of responsibility in government and pull them to their task so that they don't scheme us, they don't scam us into believing that the problems come from Abuja alone. Interrogate our leaders. Let's do it the right way. The same idea won't help us. We've thought about it, we've used it, it never worked. Why would it work now? This is what I think. Do you think differently? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you.